So today I have a new topic for you guys. Of course, I have a new topic for you every day. So for today, we are using yet again, wow, the visual encyclopedia of everything. Let's go. For today, we have diseases. So, did you know about you of course knew about the COVID-19 outbreak? Well, it took lives of many people, so that's why I'm going to tell you like a little history. Before COVID-19, what were the kind of diseases that spread throughout many centuries to many countries? When I was referring to centuries, I was like time, and countries were like places. So just don't misunderstand that. So let's start. Whenever, wherever, and whenever people have lived together, there are always diseases to be coming and going, of course. And then they spread, like from ships, when the ships sail from this continent to that one, from this country to that one, from that city to the other one. So diseases like bubonic plague, flu, cholera, and we have many more. And I know smallpox and many more, just like COVID-19 too. So these kinds of diseases spread when people travel, or well, it just happens because people are living, many people living together, so that's what causes it. So that we have in the past, treatment was often ineffective as people did not try to understand the correct reasons as for which and why the disease was spreading. But nowadays, with all the medicines and vaccines and our advanced technology, we are able to get that diseases are caused by microscopic bacteria and viruses. There are many examples of of diseases. We have first the bubonic plague, very old, in the 1340s. That's so old. In the 1340s, bubonic plague killed around half of Europe, millions of Asia, and Africa too. People believed that they could catch this bubonic plague by breathing bad air, but later it was discovered that they got that disease by getting flea bites, and the bacteria was inside the fleas. So some doctors, at that 1340s, at that time of the bubonic plague, some doctors wore bird-like masks. It had a long beak. If you look from the sideways, it had a long beak, and they stuffed herbs in it. Why? Because they believed that it would ward off the diseases. Well, that saved them because they wore long robes and everything was covered, every part of their body was covered, so they were not able to get the flea bites. So, well, their misunderstanding also saved their lives in some sort of way. Then we have cholera. Cholera is a disease that originated in India in 1829, and then spread throughout the world because, well, India was dominated by countries and people ruled here, and then they exported our goods to other countries and sort, and we also went on voyages. So that's what made the cholera to spread. Victims die a painful death after hours of vomiting and diarrhea. That's sad, actually. There are many bones shown here of cholera affected bodies. I don't want to see that. See, this cholera is caused by drinking water polluted with sewage. But now we have some better systems because, well, we have more advanced and clean sort of way of doing everything. Then we have the flu pandemic. A widespread outbreak of diseases called a pandemic. The flu was a very, very, very big pandemic. Well, it was the worst case in history. From 1918 to 20, the deadly strain of flu spread around the globe, killing about 100 to 50 to 100 million? Yes, million people. Face masks were worn by like almost every 9 out of 10 people because it was very necessary. It was a very big outbreak, so they had to. It was rightly understood by the people at that time to cover their faces because it could protect them by some infected people who would sneeze or cough, which would result in other people getting infected. Then we have smallpox. Yes, smallpox was a disease that could scar, hurt, blind, and even kill its victims. Well, like flu or the common cold, it was caused by a virus, a minute agent that can only grow on living things or living beings. Smallpox is one of the disease that is wiped out by modern medicine. Smallpox caused painful raised blisters which left scars behind after they healed. So that the person who had smallpox must have many scars on her body. So see, hygiene was very important, but unfortunately people of the past didn't know about it. So people did not understand the important role of hygiene in being healthy. So surgeons did not even wash their hands before operating on a person, or nurses too, until the 1860s that was. And after that, in 1865, an English surgeon called Joseph Lister got to know and he began to discover the thing that after he puts carbolic acid on the wounds of his patients, it would ultimately clean the bacteria that were infecting the wound. So there were many ads on hygienes too in 1865 and onwards. And then we have bacteria. Bacteria are microscopic single-cell organisms that cause diseases, deadly diseases, don't get me wrong. And then Alexander Fleming saw a type of mold that wiped out harmful bacteria in his lab, just discovered it by some sort of accident, and so he experimented with it and made antibiotics. Then we have last one, vaccination. See, vaccination is a weak form of a disease. Yes, it's a weak form of a disease that helps the body to learn how to fight the serious and the more real type of the disease. Edward Jenner discovered vaccines actually. He saw that the people who got cowpox was a mild version of smallpox. The people who got cowpox were not affected by smallpox in normal cases. So that's why when a little boy called, what was his name? Yes, 8-year-old James Phipps in 1796 was very high with fever and everything. So Edward Jenner put some pus of the cowpox, that disease, in his body, in the 8-year-old child's body, and then he later tried to infect the boy with smallpox, but the boy would not just catch the disease, he was completely healthy. So that's how vaccinations were discovered. So in today's date, hygiene and sanitation, vaccinations, these all things are very important, and just try to be safe from diseases. And if you're sick, wear a mask or something, or don't get out of your house. Or if you know someone who's sick, just advise them to do that and take antibiotics, medicines, or vaccinations, or even show this to the doctor. So thank you guys for watching. So let's go. Bye.